Cops say he lived in a house filled with guns and in a head filled with games, video games, violent ones apparently, that perhaps could have led Adam Lanza to play. So are today's games training our children to kill? Lieutenant Colonel Dave Grossman is a former psychology professor from West Point and the author of the book, Killology. Good morning to you.
Good morning to you. The book is on killing.
On killing.
My website is on killing. Yeah, and the website is getbulletproofmind.com.
All right.
And I predicted this, guys. We knew this is coming. The kids who gave us Jonesboro in the middle school, Columbine in the high school, Virginia Tech in the colleges, this generation has given us a movie massacre in Aurora and a massacre in a first grade classroom in Sandy Hook. I mean, when are we going to connect the dots on all of this? This is a very sick world where the children play the sickest games and watch the sickest movies and commit the sickest acts we've ever seen in history.
Yeah.
We got to get tired of living in a world where every kid in America practices hunkered out and hiding when the kids come to kill them.
Yeah.
We got to get tired of living in a world
now,
where our cops practice. Yeah,
Colonel, we're looking at one of the video games, and this is one of the most realistic, and this is one of the things that you know, people will say, hey, look, it's just a video game. But unfortunately, when you start early enough, it desensitizes you, and eventually you're just pulling a trigger. It's no longer a game. But, you know, in some cases, and you have detailed it, a lot of gamers have gone on to do some really violent stuff.
Every one of our school killers. There's never been a juvenile mass murder in the schools in human history, and now we've got them everywhere. Across Germany, there were 2 massacres in Germany that beat Columbine all hollow. Finland's had 3. We saw one in Canada. In Belgium, a sicko got in a daycare center with a butcher knife and hacked 12 little babies in the crib. In China, they're coming in with knives into the kindergarten classes and hacking the kids. These crimes have never happened in human history. We feed the sickest movies and the sickest video games. Look, I'm our nation's #1 trainer of law enforcement. I spend more contact hours, more man hours, more time on the road training military and law enforcement than anybody else in America. We know how to use simulators to create the conditions to enable people to kill in combat. The operant conditioning, the classical conditioning, the social learning models, the desensitization, the programming that we put in simulators for cops and military is being done with these video games with these kids.
Right, Colonel.
We got to get mad. We got to get passionate about the schools that refuse to protect our kids. We got to protect our kids like we protect our money, and
Colonel,
that means
you made a
security.
great point. You made a great point. You've stated the case. It's obvious that attention needs to be paid to it, but how do we fix it?
Well, #1, the parents have got to be informed. And, you know, we have laws protecting the kids from guns and pornography and tobacco, alcohol, sex, automobile, firearms. On all these other areas, there are laws that help the parents. As a minimum, parents have to be informed. An M-rated video game is the same as an X-rated movie. M means NC-17. No child under 17 should play this game. If your child is playing M-rated games, time out.
Right.
And you're raising a killer. Not every kid will be a killer, but all the killers played these games, and you may be the first victim, and the blood is on your hands.
Absolutely. And we don't know the connection with this kid and video games, but it's definitely something they're looking at. All right, Lieutenant Colonel Dave Grossman, the author of the book On Killing. Sir, thank you very much.
Get bulletproofmind.com. Take a look at it. We're going to make a difference.
Will do. Thank you, Colonel. Meanwhile,